Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to what is it?
Something.
Six blocks apart, right.
Okay.
The show that is about everything and nothing. The show about improbable, the important, and the incompetent. Okay, without any further ado.
The incompetent.
Yeah.
Here we go.
There we go. Today we have Scott and Nicole Chapman.
Special guest, Nicole. I believe you live locally.
And her husband Scott.
And Scott too.
Yes, we're six cities apart here.
Wow, that sounds like a lot.
Okay.
It does, doesn't it? It's really
All right,
not.
that's not too bad.
No.
Is that like the
Close
six?
enough.
We're all the
do you
way
do
in Indian
separation?
Wells. Yes.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
all the way over here in Indian Wells.
All the way.
All the way.
It's like driving from West Hollywood to the Palisades.
Yeah.
Without the traffic.
Without the traffic. Yes.
Yeah.
Well.
So who's going to
now
kick
there's
this
not.
off? I have nothing positive to add to this at all.
Yeah,
No.
we'll find it. We'll find it.
Drag it out of me.
I know. We'll do that. We can do that. All right. So Scott and Nicole, we always start with, how you doing? How are you doing? How are you guys holding up? You know, we're in an interesting situation here. We have our two grown children home with us under the same roof for the first time since they were in high school. Wow. I mean, yeah, they'd come home for holidays when they were at college or whatever, but never this long since high school. So it's been, you know, we were empty nesters for what, 7 years? 7 years. And so it's been a big adjustment for all of us.
I'll bet.
Yeah. Yeah. And I know you guys have your adult son living with you?
We have our adult son and his wife living with us. And
Yeah.
then our daughter does not live with us. Yes.
No. And
Trust me, that could change.
Well,
so Nicole, you didn't change the rooms after they left, so they came home to their actual rooms? Okay, so interesting question. We actually, the day that they left for college, each of them, right after they left, like when the boy left, he went away to University of Arizona. We instantly changed out his room, and we kept it his room, but made it also a guest room, but his room. So it's got him, but it's like new paint, new everything. And when the girl left, oh my gosh, I mean, she had, what was it, purple and blue, and purple and blue walls, and then chartreuse green in the bathroom. So that definitely went away.
Sounds bright.
Yeah. Oh, it was like a headache. You know, you'd walk in and go, whoa, whoa. So yeah. So yeah, it's their room, but it's not.
When our daughter moved out, she had the deepest blood red walls.
Oh.
It was a lot of fun to paint over.
Oh yeah,
Justin did too.
that's a lot of prep. Although I think we're the ones that did the
Did
color.
we?
Yeah. It was her fault. It wasn't.
No,
it wasn't
it was my
Justin's.
face then.
But that's.
Oh no, our daughter, she did it herself, and then we had to fix it. So,
It
and
took
again,
a while to cover
when
it, too.
when she moved out, we did all the new floors, new furniture, new paint, all that as well. New bathroom.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she came home briefly, but we own a condo that she lives in, so she's okay.
Is
She's
she
not
here in the desert?
Yes, she's in
Oh,
Palm
okay.
Springs.
Palm Springs. Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So the family's all here. We can all kind of keep an eye on them.
Well,
That's good.
Not that we want to, but, you know.
That's okay.
I think it's interesting because it's almost like we're getting back to old world reality.
Yes.
I lived for many of my adult years with my other half that's passed away last September. I lived with I invited his mom and his aunt to live with us. I spent 22 years living in the old Italian style of home where family lives together. And this is all new to me, being one person in a house at this effing years old. It's just like, really? And then this on top of it, I'm like,
Whole new way of life.
it's too bizarre because I've always had people around me, and I loved having wonderful, loving family members around. And then now I'm just like, I have 3 dogs, so there you have it.
Yeah, you'll see them roaming around. They're so funny, the dogs. So Scott and Nicole, you're still working, right? There are people still looking for work.
We are somewhat.
How are you doing that in this pandemic?
With lots of disclosures and lots of face masks, like everything else.
Yes.
We
Do
have
you
to
go open the houses and then let the people go in, or?
So before we can even do a showing, the state of California has come out, or the State Board of Realtors of California has come out with a form that you have to fill out. And that's got to be filled out by the sellers have to agree to their home being shown. And the buyer, potential buyer, and agent has to sign the form stating that they are wearing a mask and that they don't have symptoms and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
Wow.
Do you have to take temperatures?
No.
No.
But yeah, we need a full paper trail before they even walk in the door, which is quite interesting.
Yeah.
And we have, some listings where the people don't feel comfortable with anybody coming into their home right now, especially if they're older, people.
And they are.
I can imagine. I wouldn't want it.
Yeah. So they've just put their listing on hold, and they've just, they don't want it being shown. And I mean, I totally can appreciate that.
What was interesting was we were in Irvine Thursday, and half the people in Irvine didn't have face masks or anything on.
Wow.
Yeah, I would say even more than half. It was just they're not nearly as religious about it as I think we are here in the desert.
It was surprising to me considering how populous it is there.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's where my brother is.
Maybe now real estate should be sold like they do in Storage Wars, where you can come up to they lift it up and then you can
Real quick.
you can lean in the front door and whatever you can see, you're like, oh yeah, okay. I think there's another bedroom back there. Yeah, and then 10 people bid on it and they don't really know what they're getting, and then somebody wins and you find out if it was a good deal or a bad deal.
That's a great idea.
What about virtual tours?
So we have done that too. So we had a gentleman who wanted to see, he's in LA, and he wanted to see this listing and of ours. And so before he even came down, we went over there and did the FaceTime thing and just walked him through. And he's very interested, but he's now got to find a time that's convenient for him to come on down. He's an older guy. And, I think that people are still very nervous about it all. And I have another friend of mine who is in Arizona, and she says nobody is wearing masks. Nobody is doing anything.
So how long have you guys lived here in the desert?
26 years, full time.
I know.
What's everybody drinking tonight? I'm
I'm
curious.
glad you're laughing. That's cool.
I'm drinking tequila and kombucha again.
And just for a change, I'm having vodka.
That's the difference for you.
Nicole and Scott?
So he brought out 2 glasses of these.
She was concerned she'd have enough to drink.
And I said, "Are you sure 2 of these are going to be enough?" And he goes, "No, those are both for you, Nicole. And this is my
We get up though. Yes,
I like that.
So this is one, and I'm on number 2 now.
And
I know.
It's grapefruit and vodka.
And then once she found out they both said, "Are you sure that's going to be
We
enough?"
can't say that because
Okay.
Bobby and
You see these
Alyssa
buckets?
got in trouble on their show with when they said number 2.
Oh yeah. We can't say number 1 and number 2 because every time we do that, we laugh because it's like on body.
Do you see these buckets that normally potato salad or whatever comes in?
Right?
What was that?
That was my margarita.
Oh.
Nice.
So it fills this big
a to-go
giant
margarita?
glass up
Oh, how bizarre.
and then some.
Well,
It's really good.
To get
too.
mustard
It's
later.
good, I tell you.
We almost got 2 tonight, and then we said, no, we'll just switch to something else because these are kind of deadly.
yeah, the one from Smoke Your Barbecue, they gave me, it was 2 drinks in 1. I'm like,
Oh, wow.
it's going.
Yeah.
Yeah, JJ's is like, woo!
I still think
Thinking which
Blue Coyote is the best margarita in Palm Springs.
Oh.
Well, it's the deadliest.
I was going to say, it's the deadliest margarita.
But not as deadly as Armando's.
Oh, yeah.
True.
Oh,
Decker.
True.
They're a little tough going down, I gotta say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blue Coyote's better. I like
Blue Coyote is easier going down.
Yeah.
You guys just miss going out?
Yes.
Yes.
And not all the time. I love my.
You'll never know.
Yeah.
I miss being with my friends. Is what I miss.
Yes.
So don't you think, here's the question I have for everybody. How do you think this staying at home and spending time with family and not working as much as we all have is changing America's perspective on life? Don't you think it's changing?
Well,
I cannot wait to get back to work.
I do.
I cannot wait to get back. I'll never complain again.
When you will. After a year, you will.
You have a different work. You have, yours is like when you go in, you work, and then you like are chill. But I think you're talking about the person that actually works in an office. And I think that's changing.
Ours is 7 days a week, and it's really funny to watch. So our daughter, just a little bit background right there. So our daughter was living in Spain and teaching in Madrid, and she was she's been over there for she was there for a 2-year commitment now. And while she was over there, she was continually working for the job she had left in San Diego. She was doing that remotely. Wow. So when she got back here, she's still kind of doing some work for the school at Spain. And then she's also doing a lot of work now for the job here in San Diego. So she's basically working Monday through Friday. She's doing the most steady work out of all of us. And
she was on the phone and conferences for 7 hours. 7 hours.
Yeah, the other day. Yeah.
Wow.
They just sent her a new ThinkPad computer.
They sent her a computer in the mail saying, okay, now you need to start using our computer because we're going to be putting stuff anyway.
That makes, when somebody sends you a free laptop in the mail, that means you're an essential employee.
That's right.
But it could be worse, right? I mean,
now, the nice part is that she can support us. She can. But I'm watching her. So now it's Saturday. It's her weekend, and she's taking the day as her weekend. And we don't get a weekend. We don't do that with our job. Ours is literally 7 days a week. Our weekend is like 2 hours on a Wednesday afternoon, and then an hour and a half on a Monday or whatever.
Right. You're like doctors.
You're like a doctor on call, but if you get a call and you're drunk, you can just Uber over there. You're like, oh, this is the bedroom.
Right?
This is the boss.
Hey, that's how we bought our condo that our daughter lives in.
What? Oh, that's right.
What?
We went to lunch at Blue Coyote. We just had normal. Anyway, I had 3, he had 4. Then we went to look at a condo. We bought it. And then the next day he's like, did we ever go look at that condo? I'm like, I think so. And then I get the call, oh, they accepted your offer.
What offer?
Anyway, our daughter lives there.
Yeah. So, that brings up, so how excited are you guys when you're showing a house to somebody and they're drunk? You're like, I got a live wire. I think that could be a selling point.
It could be. They say that the best way to sell a house is if you have the people who are in it, like having a party, because then those people can see the fun and frivolity that can happen in a house and say, whoa, this is a good thing, So,
well, that's the same.
We'll do our house.
Well, that's like when you stage an empty house to try to make it look like somebody lives there.
Right.
So you just pay a bunch of people to come over and you're cheersing. Oh, hello. You wanted to see the house?
Come on over, Sean. See how much fun it is to live here.
My brother told me there was a realtor in Newport that showed the open house while he was in the pool.
Yeah, Scott wanted us.
What?
Scott wanted us to do our thing here in the pool.
Yeah, let's in the pool.
He wanted us to be here in the pool. And I looked at him and I said, that's not going to happen.
That's hysterical.
And baking cookies.
Yeah, gotta bake the cookies.
At our age, we need like 10 weeks to get ready for that.
Yeah.
Is this one of those swimsuit
or no, we'll just make
optional
sure
type
it's
of
looking like
showing?
this, it's just right here. Yeah.
Yeah, the swinger one? Yeah, the swinger.
No, I was going to say, and if you can't be in the pool, if you could just be in the hot tub making out, that would be even better.
Well,
there you go.
We could do that.
I can picture myself there. I can picture myself.
I'm glad you said making out and not anything else. That's right.
You bring your going.
Making out.
What's happening with everybody else?
Yeah, what is happening with everybody else? Tim, are you missing being on the road?
Yeah, and Melissa more than me, because whatever bad television that she likes to watch, she can't watch when I'm with her.
I gotta go in the other room like Teresa and Tristan do.
Yeah, desperate something.
No, it's the Hallmark Channel.
Desperate.
Yeah.
The Hallmark Channel.
I'm a sucker for the Hallmark Channel. That's me.
Okay.
Because I love happy
And
endings.
the plots are so complex.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Just be one for every show.
well, wait, no, Hallmark, is that Hallmark Channel the one where the woman has to kill the? No, that's somebody.
No, that's
another-
Lifetime.
Oh, okay, Lifetime.
Hallmark is the Christmas. They do a lot of.
I was going to
And
say,
they do
Lifetime Channel.
Easter, and they do
Valentine's.
Yeah,
And then they always
Valentine's.
summer movies,
Holiday.
spring movies.
Yeah.
It's all Tim. There's a story,
girl meets boy, boy meets girl.
and Scott can come in and say, "Okay, I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen." He'll watch for like 3 minutes, and I'll just look at him and I'll say, "I don't care. I feel good at the end of it, so I don't care."
No, I was confusing Hallmark with Lifetime because Lifetime ends happy
Oh.
too, except the man is dead.
Yes,
Oh.
that's what I should start watching. I mean,
Yeah.
we're always we work
Lifetime
together, we live together. So this pandemic thing, this 24/7 thing, that's not unusual for us. So
Yeah, that's true because you work and yeah.
right.
It's unusual for us
I
because
know.
he leaves for several days.
Oh, please.
Best days of the week, am I right?
And he goes, okay, I'm going to LA. I'm like, okay, bye. Here, let me pack the bag for you. See ya.
You
Don't
should
let the door
pretend
hit you in the
go-
ass.
And
Yeah,
now
bye.
it's like literally 24/7. And I'll be in, it's our room, but I go in there to watch my kind of TV.
This was not in the marriage contract, guys.
And he
Not
goes,
even in the fine print.
he goes in our daughter's old room and watches his boring documentary stuff.
That's good. It's time apart.
It is. But then he walks in our room and says, what kind of crap are you watching now? And I'm like,
Well,
and
yeah.
I say,
Fair comment.
never mind, get the out of here and let me watch my crap. I'm not in there asking what boring stuff you're watching.
Yeah, but you'd like to. Yeah,
Now-
you're thinking
on
about
TV.
Tristan, I thought of you yesterday. We were talking to Siggy. I don't know if you remember Siggy, the bass player of Rick, the
Yes.
Christian one. He's missing because he loves race car driving. So he's missing watching all of that. So we were talking.
He was watching one the other day,
Was it repeat?
weren't you?
Yeah, it was a NASCAR race. I don't normally look at NASCAR stuff. It's gotten too corporate. But, of course, they had to shut down like everybody else has. So they were doing a virtual race.
Oh.
And the equipment is really sophisticated. When you have an accident, you have an accident. And it does damage to the vehicle, and you've got to drive it into the pit and have it repaired and then pull it out again.
And your computer gets a virus.
This is really sophisticated software here.
Wow.
They showed you some of the drivers.
And they were kids.
Yeah, well, they're all kids, yeah. Kids are
Like
winning races.
teenagers, but they're
Wow.
like getting paid to drive these virtual.
That's wild. I wonder.
Yeah.
It's
And
like
they're
the
beating the
Chevron
product.
race that goes the blue car, the red car.
Yeah.
And they
That's
have
all
the
I know.
fake. They have the fake people in the stands that look like real people in the stands. I'm like, how are all those people there together? It goes, oh, it's all virtual.
The software is, as I said, really sophisticated. But I'm looking at it, and I said, the big deal here is, as against a real race, is they've filled the grandstands here. NASCAR can't do that anymore.
Ah.
I'll tell you the other thing that we did watch, which cracks me up to this day. I still think about this. So Disney did a sing-along night about a week and a half ago.
Yes.
And did you hear about this, Melissa?
I heard about it, yeah.
Okay, so we turned it on and we brought our kids in. Okay, so our kids
Are in there.
are 28 and 30. No, 27 and 30.
Your kids
I
are
love
old.
this.
Our kids,
Your son is 30. Got to be older than. Has to be older.
our kids are 27 and 30, and they come in the room, and the words are down below, and we have the TV turned up so loud, and we are singing at the top of our lungs every song.
You should
And
have
they had the
recorded
bouncing
it.
ball, right?
They did. It was so much fun. I mean, we were laughing. It was an hour of a lot of bliss. It was
Okay, wait. How much alcohol was involved?
None.
None?
None. We were just, it was like the kids were little again. And
How did we come to miss that?
I know you guys should have done that.
I wish we
with
would
your
have.
kids. Yeah.
Wish we would have done that.
I wish I would
You're on
have
ABC.
done by
You've
myself.
known about it.
Yeah, that would have been a good time to change the wheels on the car.
Oh,
Front to back, back to front.
That's when you sing the wheels on the bus.
I know, that's what
Round
I'm
and round.
Now I'm gonna have that in my head.
oh, man.
God. And Tristan, if you want to get up and make Teresa yourself a drink, John Murphy counts how many times you get up.
Well,
John Murphy counts it?
Yeah.
Does he have nothing else
watches the
better
show.
to do in his life?
When he watches the show, he counts how many times you get up.
Can I get up too? Or do
he's
I-
making himself.
Is he drinking every time he counts? Because that's
but
the
I'm
thing,
still
right?
good because these are big margaritas.
Yeah, those are. Those
They're
are
big.
nice.
The interesting thing is whether when John Murphy watches this, that he hears this, or if he's watching it on fast forward, so he just watches him get
Oh,
up.
that's a one now.
If he's watching fast forward and he only sees him get up, and he'll just say, "Oh, I saw you get up," but he won't hear this conversation. John.
Now you're challenging
John.
me. Yeah, John.
Just
he'll
for
love it.
that, we're gonna have John Murphy on our show.
Yeah, I love John.
Yeah, John Murphy's a really good friend. Teresa has known him forever. He was a veterinarian.
He was our veterinarian
Uh-huh.
for 20-something years.
Oh, really? I didn't know
But
that.
about in
Wow.
year like 2, he and I started hanging out.
Vets are
And-
the greatest, aren't they?
The vets are awesome.
Yeah,
And so they are, and
Doctors should drink more.
he's a fabulous person and friend, and yeah, he was one of my first good friends out in Palm Springs, and we've remained friends this whole time. And he had just started dating his partner Jerome at that point, and he was very jealous.
What
John was.
Oh,
And he's like, how do you handle it? You know, the girls are always all over Tristan or whatever. I'm like, they can have him if he's going to go that way. Don't even worry about it.
before?
Yes, I did. And he goes, you're
yeah,
right.
in a show,
You're right.
he says that.
Who?
You say that in one of our shows when we were in
Yes, it's
Vegas. and you
true,
said,
it's
"Honey,
true."
if you want him, you can
It's a
have him."
Yes, it's true. If they're going to go that way, then so be it.
Yeah. that's funny.
Anyway, they're still together, and this is like 20-something.
Teresa's tagline is, "If you want him, you can have him."
For a price.
For a price. Oh, okay.
For a price. Especially right now, for a price.
Right now, it's discounted right now.
Discounted.
It's negotiable.
Now I have to get another one on
COVID-19
that one.
prices
I know.
for men.
I mean, I think for those things, like the sex is free, but if you want a signature, that's $20.
That's true. Although, I don't know, we might have to put the price up a little bit for size.
Yeah,
Maybe
especially now with the virus. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And in-person signature would be like $2,000 now. I was like,
I know. Yeah, you can't touch anybody.
And Nicole and Scott, we just lost them.
No, you didn't.
We tend to do this. We go off on it.
That's right.
You still have a dog?
I would say when you were talking about this vet and how long I was thinking about the fact that I have known Teresa.
Yes.
longer than I've known the rest of you.
Yes.
Did you know that, Melissa?
How did you know Teresa
I didn't.
before me?
Yeah. So Teresa and I worked the Nabisco Dinah Shore
I
in the
remember
late
going
90s.
to their house like,
And we went to their house.
yeah.
Yes.
Way back.
Way
you guys
back.
had a
Big old
When our
party.
children were little.
yes,
Yeah.
our children were very little.
Wait,
Yes,
so
in
what
fact,
were you
you
both
guys-
doing? Modeling?
No.
Yeah.
We were working.
working hospitality.
Hospitality.
We're working hospitality. And Teresa, I got you to join Child Cornerstone, right?
Yes, you did.
And then you lost your daughter at Halloween Town. Do you remember that? You may not know because it
You
was
lost
Tristan.
your daughter at Halloween Town.
It was Tristan that came to me and said, "I can't find my daughter. My wife's gonna kill me."
No, I don't know. But now
Kristen lost her, and you don't
You have to know the story.
Oh my gosh, you still don't know.
Get him back in
We're
here.
in a fight now.
God.
Great.
Okay,
Kristen.
okay. So Halloween Town was an event we did every Halloween, and
You're looking at me. I didn't do any of
and
this.
I was president of Child Cornerstone a year or so. Anyway, and anyway, it was a nonprofit organization for young families, and so we had these boxes, and people would make these deals, and it was safe trick or treating, and so we had it at COD that year.
Oh, okay.
At the campus there, and I remember, and it was dark, you know, and the kids all go to each of the every decorated we had ours decorated for like the Peanuts. The doctor is in.
Wait, say that one more time.
Wait, did you say
that one more
penis?
time?
What's that?
Teresa? Did you say penis?
Peanuts.
Penis?
Oh, where is your mind at?
You're the one that said it. What are you pointing
Oh,
at me?
we all heard it.
I heard penis.
You know the doc. You know, with Lucy sitting there saying the doctor is in. You know, that's what
Yes.
we got. And then we had the music playing.
Yes.
Anyway, Tristan, you're about to get.
Chris.
You're gonna be in
You're in
trouble.
trouble,
Do
Tristan.
anything.
That was her.
This goes back like 20-something years.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, it's like it's yesterday. Yeah. Terrific.
And so all the kids are going around and they're trick-or-treating, and everybody at each of the boxes, they had candy and goodies and stuff, and the kids would go up, they'd all be in their costumes, and the kids would all go up, and then they would go trick-or-treat, you go up to each of the things, and some of them actually were, you know, you could actually walk through some of the boxes and stuff. It was very entertaining.
Fun.
It was safe trick-or-treating. And so, not that it's not safe here in the desert, but I mean, monitored trick-or-treating.
Right.
So anyway, Tristan comes up to me and he goes, I've lost my daughter.
You know what? I think I remember this.
I don't.
It was me that you came to. And so we were trying to, and your daughter's name is Sarah, right?
Yes.
Yes. So it was Sarah that we were trying to find. And I got about 8 moms and said, we got to find Sarah. We got to walk around looking for Sarah. So we all looking at, and we found her like right away, Teresa, just right away. But she was
like 3.5, 4 years old.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, this is the first hearing about it, Teresa.
I kind of remember this one. Yeah.
Oh.
Well,
Yeah, it comes to mind now.
but
But it was totally safe environment. So it's all good.
Yeah, I remember where it was, and I remember all the little
Sure.
cardboard
Yes.
place.
Yes.
And it was good.
Well, we had a mutual friend, Renee,
Yes.
who roped us into this Nabisco Dinosaur
Hospitality thing.
hospitality thing. Yeah,
Oh,
It
that's
was actually a lot of fun.
it was fun, but I remember saying, no, I really don't want to do it. And she's like, no, you're doing it. And I was like, okay, I'm doing it.
So this time it's Nicole and Teresa instead of Garrick and somebody. Every time
Right.
somebody on the show, Garrick freaking, it's like the Kevin Bacon. He's Kevin Bacon.
I know.
1 degree of separation from Garrett.
That's right. We are 1 degree.
Oh, do you guys still have your dog?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
We didn't bring her in here because she tends to get really comfortable around us, and then she falls asleep, and then she snores really loud.
Is she a
Oh,
bulldog?
circle.
What's that?
Is she an English bulldog?
Yeah.
No, she's a golden retriever, and she's as sweet as can be. But yeah, she
Snores.
When we're in the office, she sleeps right underneath the chair. So if we
Both
move,
our
if we
chairs.
move the rolling chair, it's a problem because we'll run right over her.
Oh, yeah.
she like puts her head on the leg of Scott's chair, and then
Oh,
her
just
tail
doing
and
it.
stuff is sprayed over by my chair, and so we can't move anywhere.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, that's like, setting an alarm. Like, I mean, because dogs will sometimes just fall asleep, but they'll touch you in some way.
Yeah.
I'm touching you.
Oh.
Yeah. And that way, if you move, it's like, just to let you know how our quarantine's going.
Hey, this is going very well.
Don't touch. Don't touch.
Oh, my God.
Oh my!
Right, and how is Dustin doing in New York?
They had to move from Lower East Side to Brooklyn in the middle of a pandemic.
Oh my gosh.
Luckily, it was a good thing for them because they went from 450 square feet to 1,000.
950.
900.
Double the size.
Yeah, double the size.
Yeah.
Wow.
So they're very excited, and he's like excited, happy,
feeling like the Jefferson.
relief.
Yeah.
But it was, I was nervous wreck.
Yeah. And with Katie being in Spain, and they were so blasé over there. And so, you know, we had been hearing about it in our news, and she hadn't heard really anything.
Wow.
Nothing. In fact, she was at the International Women's March Sunday with 180,000 people. And we find out this on Monday that she went to this march, and we said, "What are you thinking, Mom? You're just buying into the media hype." And
Well, everybody thought that in the beginning, yeah.
Exactly. So we kept trying, and Scott told her, you know, just pack up in case you have to move quickly. It's fine, Dad. You guys are just watching the news too much. It's fine. It's fine. And we got her home on Sunday, and the military locked down Madrid Monday.
Wow.
So
you got her out just in time.
Just in time. And then
you had to do 2-week quarantine, right?
Yeah, when Scott picked her up in LAX, he drove her right down to San Diego. Scott's parents have a place down there that they weren't using, and the two of them stayed there thinking they'd only have to stay there for about 5 days, and then they'd be able to come home. Well, Katie developed congestion, lost her sense of taste, lost her sense of smell.
No fever, though.
But so the anxiety that I was going through.
Well, I had some anxiety too.
And then,
I mean, like,
I was worrying about both of them, both of them, and I have no control. And the boy is here with me, and he's there with the girl, and I'm just like.
I love the boy and the girl.
I know, that's what's so funny is the way she's
and Melissa knows me really well. That's what we've always called them. And that's what I call them. Yeah. So anyway, they were gone. They stayed the full 2 weeks. And during that time, I thought I was handling my anxiety pretty well. She flew out on March 15th, I think it was. And they got back here just at the end of March then. And so they were home so what ends up happening at the end of the month, a couple days go by, and I feel like I'm handling this anxiety pretty well. I feel like I'm pretty together. I'm doing okay. I mean, I'm not sleeping very well at night, but I'm doing okay. And Katie comes walking out, and she's got the thermometer in her hand, and she looks at me and she says, "Mom, I have a fever."
No.
And I lose it. And I just said, "What?" And I can feel and the tears start right away. And then she goes, I'm kidding. It's April Fool's. I'm kidding.
Oh, that is so, did you beat her ass?
No, really. But I will tell you this, I started sobbing. And I started sobbing.
Did you feel bad?
It made it, she felt so bad. But that made me realize I really wasn't handling this as well as I thought I was. You know what I mean? I just really, anyway.
Well, yeah. But now I have a question. Have any of you injected Mr. Clean into any of your orifices?
Only at my butt.
Oh no, the ultraviolet in your butt.
OMG.
Well, each other from teaching?
Yeah.
Yes.
We taught together.
Oh, I want to hear about that. That's so cool.
Wow.
So you want to tell Melissa?
No, you tell. You have a better memory than I do too.
What?
You have a much better memory than anybody.
So Melissa had decided to take a time off from teaching, and
Is that like a timeout?
Like a timeout. And I was approached by the head of the school. My kids were at the school, and so I got this phone call from the head of the school saying, "Hey, I have an opening in 3rd grade. Would you like to take it?" And I said, "Wow," and I'd already done some subbing there, and I'm a teacher by trade. And so I said, "Sure." So I took over Melissa's 3rd grade classroom.
I went to
then Melissa came back to teaching, and then she was there teaching while I was teaching there. I was there 9 years, and you were there 11. But so you weren't there for like 1 or 2 years, and then you came back and taught 5th grade, right?
I can't remember now.
Yeah, I think
I moved to we moved to Santa Barbara, and then I came back.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
So we taught together for, I think during that time, we taught together for like 7 years. And
again, I just cheers to teachers because
absolutely.
they are so
right now, oh my God,
not considered the way they were back 100 years ago. Sorry, Melissa.
As he laboriously limped towards the end of this show, it is for me that says with a heavy heart, good night, everyone, and thank you to our guests. Say hi, goodbye. Nicole, right.
And Scott.
Is he still there? Yeah, my glasses are clear. Yeah.
He's ready to make
Hey, you two, thank you so much.
You
Thank
were
for your
wonderful. It's so
participation
fun
and time.
hanging with you guys.
Yeah, thanks for
It's
being
been
with
so
us.
much fun.
And we
Thank
get to know you a little bit better, and you get to know some of us that you don't really want to know at all. So,
And
thank you all. Look forward to the next show.
Sounds great.